Go ahead and lower your lights, turn up your volume just a bit, and settle in. Today in this explainer, we're stepping away from the bright and sunny and diving into something, well, deeply unsettling. It's a psychological mystery that literally every single one of us has experienced, but nobody can truly explain. We call it déjà vu. But think about this. What if that weird feeling you get isn't just some random trick of the mind?
What if this exact moment, you sitting right there listening to my voice, has already happened before? Just let that sink in for a second. Do you feel that slight shift in the room? That split second where the barrier between your screen and your reality just shatters? You're suddenly left wondering if you're living this moment for the very first time or the 100th. I want you to really picture yourself in this scene. You're a young man walking down a dark, cinematic street. A cold rain is falling, reflecting neon blue and golden lights in the puddles right at your feet. The atmosphere is incredibly heavy, psychological, and suddenly, you just freeze. Everything around you feels suffocatingly familiar. You look up through the downpour, and on the street corner, a digital clock glitches, freezing its numbers. The time stops at exactly 11:11.
Section 1. The echo of a moment, when reality repeats.
The crazy thing is, this phenomenon doesn't announce itself. It strikes completely ordinary people who are just going about their perfectly normal, mundane lives. I mean, you could literally just be pouring a cup of coffee or walking to your car when a sudden, terrifying realization hits you. You freeze. You're trapped in this overwhelming sensation that reality is somehow echoing itself. The lighting, the sounds, the exact placement of objects. It's a perfect replica of a memory you didn't even know you had.
Section 2. Glitches in the brain. The scientific false comfort.
So naturally, we try to define away the mystery using clinical brain science. You've probably heard of the memory delay theory. It suggests this is all simply a neurological glitch. The idea is that sensory input hits one eye a microsecond before the other, or is processed by your brain with a tiny lag. And that lag creates a false sensation of a repeated memory. It's neat, right? It's tidy. It tells us we are safe inside our own heads.
The science says that deep in your brain, neurons fire, and occasionally they just misfire. Subconscious memories bubble up to the surface at the exact wrong time, distorting your reality. And honestly, that gives us a tremendous sense of false comfort. Oh, it's just a biological hiccup of the mind. Nothing to see here. But what if we completely strip that scientific safety net away?
Section 3. Are we just code? The simulation theory.
Imagine the world around you suddenly fragmenting with digital distortion. The people walking past you on the street. What if they just froze in place, like a video buffering on a really bad connection? What if that chilling feeling of déjà vu is actually you feeling the underlying fabric of our reality stuttering to a halt?
Because if that's true, these moments aren't in your head at all. Reality itself is glitching around us. It points to a universe where repeated timelines are looping endlessly just to correct errors. Have you ever thought you saw duplicated humans appearing in crowds? Like the exact same person walking past you twice in a matter of seconds. It suggests that we and everything around us might actually just be lines of code in a massive, unimaginable simulation.
Section 4. When timelines collide. Alternate realities.
So we're really caught between two terrifying possibilities here. Are we trapped in a glitching digital software simulation? Or is it something even more profound? Physical, alternate universes violently colliding with our own. Déjà vu, in this theory, is literally the friction generated when two identical timelines scrape against one another.
Think about the deeply unsettling implications of that for a second. If parallel universes are crashing together, it means there are alternate versions of the same person out there. It means déjà vu is the momentary sensation of those alternate versions crossing paths. You are feeling the shadow of another you living a slightly different life, and it's bleeding right into your present moment.
Which brings us to Section 5, the warning in the mirror, the dark discovery.
Let's look at a case where the phenomenon starts small, but then rapidly escalates into something genuinely horrifying. He isn't just feeling a sense of familiarity anymore. He begins to actually predict events right before they happen. He knows a glass will shatter seconds before it falls off the table. He knows exactly what a complete stranger is about to say before they even open their mouth.
And then comes the chilling realization. These aren't just lucky guesses. He realizes he saw these exact events play out in his dreams. The boundary between his sleeping mind and his waking reality has completely dissolved. His dreams are becoming prophecies of a timeline he has somehow already lived.
Then, the physical world begins to break down around him. He stands in his bathroom, staring at his own reflection, and notices something impossible.
The mirrors move differently. His reflection lags just a tiny fraction of a second behind his own movements. The fundamental laws of physics are literally fracturing right in front of his eyes. Time itself begins to stretch and warp. The frantic pace of the city outside drops away, slowing down to an absolute crawl. Each heartbeat spaces out, pulling him closer and closer to an undeniable, terrifying truth.
He leans closer to the glass, and in a devastating emotional discovery, he realizes he isn't looking at a reflection at all. He is looking at another version of himself, an alternate self, staring right back at him, trapped inside an infinite mirror world.
And as the two versions of this man lock eyes across the fragile boundary of reality, a voice, echoing from nowhere and everywhere, simply whispers, "You were never supposed to remember."
So as you sit there, in your room, looking at this screen right now, consider the possibility. Maybe déjà vu isn't a glitch in the brain. Maybe it isn't just some fleeting feeling you shrug off. Maybe it's a warning from another you or from the system itself, telling you that something is about to go terribly, terribly wrong in the loop.
The screen glitches. The numbers freeze on that rainy street corner. Until next time, keep a really close eye on the clocks.